everyone, it is Kelsey. This is essentially booked, and I am gonna be like everybody else and react to the Goodreads Choice Awards, but I have decided that I'm gonna read 10, I think is the number I'm feeling good about, feeling for. I think 10 is the number that I'm thinking about right now. So in this video, I'm going to kind of go through all of the categories, tally all the books I own but haven't read, and then I'm going to put that into a spreadsheet, then random number generate it, and then we are just going to see what books I get, and then I'll do a couple reading vlogs as we work through those books. I was a part of a, book of the month. I have NetGalley, I have Libro.fm, and I get a lot of ARCs through those sources. But then I was also subscribing to the Dog-Eared Books dog pack subscription, and a lot of those books have become, just from my first glance, are on here too. So I've got quite a few books, and I think 10 is a good number, and if I random generate it, then it kind of takes the picking out of me and makes it a little fun. So that's the plan. I'm gonna start kind of going through here. I'm gonna try to record my screen. I have a very old Mac. It's over 10 years old. I need to get a new Mac in 2025, among many other things we need to purchase, but it's not been a priority. So we'll see. Hopefully I can record my screen and we can talk about this. So let's get started. All right, so for fiction, I already know there's quite a few in here that I have. I've read The Wedding People, and that's the one I voted for. So I've got Margot's Got Money Troubles, Sandwich, Wandering Stars, Blue Sisters. I loved Real Americans. Okay, so I have 4 books there that I have read. How do I want to do this? All right, and then for historical fiction, I loved The Frozen River last year, so Anita Del Monte Laughs Last I own. I loved The Lion Women of Tehran. I own The Phoenix Crown. I own There Are Rivers in the Sky. I own The Briar Club, which I actually think I'm going to be reading here soon, so I probably won't count that. I've read the Paris novel, read The Women, DNF'd The Great Divide, have James on audio, I have Long Island, and I think I have The Bullet Swallowed. That's 5. Okay. All right, then for mystery and thriller, this is not a category that I know I've read a lot of. The God of the Woods, The Heiress are the 2 on here that I own. I hope I get God of the Woods. That would make me really happy. All right, let's go on to romance, which I know I shockingly have not read a lot of these. So I have Just for the Summers, I have the rom-commers. I'm sort of reading A Love Song for Ricky Wilde right now. I have How to End a Love Story in the Paradise Problem. Okay. That's just what we'll do for now. Okay, now for romantasy, because I guess we have multiple of these. I guess I'll count Kindle Unlimited books. So I have When the Moon Hatched. I have House of Flame and Shadow. I'm not going to count that because I'm going to read those later. So I have Quicksilver and I have A Fate Inked in Blood. Okay. See, I have so many that I need to do 10 books. Okay, let's see what's next. Fantasy, because why are we separating these out? All right. I voted for 5 Broken Blades because I think that's the only one I'd read, but Warm Hands of Ghosts I own. The Book of Doors and A Song to Drown Rivers and The Familiar. I don't think I have The Tainted Cup. I keep wanting to say drawers. A Song to Drown Rivers. Guys, I cannot remember anything today. The Familiar and The Warm-Handed Ghost. Okay. Next category. Science fiction. I loved The Ministry of Time. I did not love I Cheerfully Refuse. I don't think I actually own. Okay, I have Annie Bot. God, I hope I don't get a lot of audiobooks. That would stink. Sorry. Horror. I have The Bog Wife, and I have I Was a Teenage Slasher. Ooh, I don't know what I meant to do, but I did not mean to do that. Yeah. Zero interest in the answer, the best part. That just creeps me out. Okay, favorite debut novel. I do have The Truth According to Ember on audio. I'm not gonna put that on there because I have too many audiobooks already on this list. Okay, favorite audiobook, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Young adult fantasy. I think I have a few on here. For She Is Wrath. I think I voted for Dragon Fruit because I really liked that. And I'm reading Where the Library Hides right now. So we will just add For She Is Wrath. That's like a Count of Monte Cristo retelling, which I'm really excited about. Ooh, and I have Ruthless Vows and Heartless Hunter. Okay, cool. Ruthless Vows, Heartless Hunter. Okay, yeah, I doubt I have much young adult fiction because that's just not my thing. Nonfiction, I think, yeah, I don't own any of these. Okay. Memoir. I don't have any of these either, which I'm fine with. I know I have some history, which I don't really want this one, but if I were to get it, I wouldn't complain. Yeah, The Demon of Unrest, which I kind of wouldn't, if I get it, I'm not gonna be mad about it because I think it's a good read to read right now with like the state of our country. All right, so I have I own 30 books that are on the Goodreads Choice Awards that I have not read. So we're gonna random number generate. Okay. Random number generator. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hold on. All right, so now we're gonna start and see what we get here. So, number 19. Perfect. A Fate Inked in Blood. Okay. 1920. Ruthless Vows. Okay. I'm liking this so far. 4. Sandwich. 19. When the Moon Hatched. Got lots of fantasy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The God of the Woods. Yay! I don't know how many I've even done at this point. Okay, I did 19 already. Did 28, 21. 19, 20, 21. A Song to Drown Rivers. Good. I'm getting some book of the months off my shelf. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 more. Goodness. 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh wait, 19 is 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. The Warm Hand of Ghosts. Okay. 10, 11, 12. How to End a Love Story. Okay, that's an audiobook, which I can probably do pretty fast. I just want to keep doing the same ones. Okay, For She Is Wrath. I think I have one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Okay, what will our last book be? No, sorry, I'm not doing that. I don't want another audiobook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are Rivers in the Sky. Okay, cool. So I've got Sandwich, There Are Rivers in the Sky, The God of the Woods, How to End a Love Story, When the Moon Hatched, A Fate Inked in Blood, A Song to Drown Rivers, The Warm Hand of Ghosts, For She Is Wrath, and Ruthless Vows. And then I'll probably read The Love Song of Ricky Wilde anyway. So, okay, cool. A few of these are NetGalley, a few of these are audio, some are Kindle Unlimited, and some are like book of the month. So that's actually really exciting. Cool. Okay, hi friends. So I'm editing this video right now. So this is present day Kelsey. And this video changed a lot because of just, I don't know why I thought 10 books was totally reasonable in the month of December when I was getting no PTO off because of my new job, except for Christmas Day and New Year's Day. I don't know why I thought this was reasonable. So this actually ends up being a reading vlog in which I read a portion of this list and then I add a couple in. I did read A Love Song for Ricky Wilde, but I don't talk about this in this vlog. But that was the very first book I read, like finished in December, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. It's a really hard book to describe, but I do really like Tia Williams' writing. So it's at like kind of, it's like time, like leap year magic is kind of it. It goes between the Harlem Renaissance and then Harlem present day. It was lovely. It was like a 3-star book for me. So here you're going to see the rest of the books that I pick for this. I'd already been in the middle of Where the Library Hides, which is one of my most anticipated books. And yeah, so here's the reading vlog portion of the vlog of the books that I'm picking, but I am going to make this a series. I'm playing around with how I'm going to do it still, so I'm not going to commit because it will change. But this is going to be episode 1. Okay? All right, so enjoy. Okay, this is a weird angle. I know. I am like 50% into Where the Library Hides, and I'm really loving it. I think it's a good sequel. It's like it picked up where the story left off in What the River Knows, and it's really holding my attention. I love the romance in this. I like the adventure. It's taken a few turns, like there's been some plot twists that I'm okay with. So far I'm really enjoying this, but this was all nominated. It's a Goodreads Choice Award winner for, I think, young adult fantasy, maybe. I know it's in the young adult area. So 50% in there. Then my 2 Kindle books I'm reading right now, one is one that I just need to finish because I've started it and it's just time to be done, is A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. I'm not that far into that. And then, and I've talked about that in a previous video, and then my Kindle stickers, random. And then my other book, it was nominated in romance, is, or maybe this one wasn't. I don't think this one was. Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. Originally, this video was filmed when I was kind of going through the Goodreads Choice Award winners, or not even winners, the nominees, and decided kind of after filming all of this was going to be my December TBR video. And so basically I'm reading Goodreads Choice Awards, but the rule is they have to be on my shelf. So you will see all of those videos here with my TBR. Okay, so it's kind of a fantasy leaning stack if you have stuck around this long. Very fantasy heavy. I own physically 4 of them, and then the rest are NetGalley or audiobooks. So good stack. But I also wanted to briefly touch on a couple other books that I'm going to read this month because, like, yes, 10 books is a lot for me. Hi. Okay. So one of the books for Goodreads Choice Awards Best Books of the Year, Sandwich by Catherine Newman. I just finished it, and it has been a really long time since the book has made me bawl. Okay. I literally just finished it, and I'm not doing okay. This book, I think my most emotional is texted my mom about this because she is reading this for her book club in January, and I was like, I love this book, it's so good, but I hadn't gotten to the end yet. Okay, anyways. This is about a woman named Rocky, and she's in the sandwich generation. So her kids are early 20s, and her parents are in their 60s or 70s, probably older. They're older than my parents. So I would say it's me, but 20 years later, right? It's right now I have a 4-year-old, but this main character, her kids are, I have a 4-year-old and my parents are in their very early 60s. And yeah, so add 20 years because the main character is 54, I think.
But this is just so lovely. Rye, it's a pretty fast read, very short book, and I didn't update you guys because it was such a short book. I'm just not well. It's very like realistic, relatable. I laughed out loud a lot. There is a lot of content about like being a mother, and it resonated for me. If you've been following this channel for a while, infertility is a big part of my story. My son is adopted. I have a video on like my story, kind of I think I filmed it like 2 years ago. I'll try to link it here if I remember, but there's a lot of talk about that and like how 30 years later, 20 years later, it still affects her so much, which I just think it's like a valid observation. But then just like the act of being a mother and like what your kids do to you, and then marriage over time. This book just covers so many things. And then this family vacations in Cape Cod every year, and this book takes place in a week while they're on vacation, and her parents come and visit for 2 days every year. And her parents are like in their 70s, maybe early 80s, I don't know. And just like what it is to watch your parents age and all of that. And then the book fast forwards at the very end, like a few months, maybe half of a year, maybe more than that. It doesn't really tell you, to wrap up everything, and it wrecked me. It's just so realistic and so poignant and like relatable, and just I have not cried that hard from a book in so long. Easily going to be one of my top books of the year. This is a 5-star read, and good job Goodreads Choice Awards, I guess. But thank you to NetGalley for my review copy that I read really late.
Hey everyone, so it's like close to the end of the year, but continuing to read my like best books of the year from Goodreads. I think I'm gonna call it after this video, maybe. I don't know yet. Still listening to an audiobook of How to End a Love Story, but I just don't think I'm gonna get to all of the books that I made on this TBR because there's only 4 days left of the year. So I think I'm gonna call it on this one as my last one, maybe. This is A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen, and this is the first book in the saga of the Unfated. I really love this. I was kind of nervous because some of the booktubers that I really like had given it very mixed reviews. And so I just didn't know if I was going to enjoy it. It's a slower burn, but I love it that it's like Norse inspired, very Viking-esque mythology. But this is about Freya, who is God blessed, whatever. But it starts off with her and she's married to this like terrible person, and he is also God blessed. And so he has like powers for fishing, I think. And kind of control the town. Well, through like a chain of events, he dies. She gets like forced into marriage with the king of the area, like the head of the clan. I don't know enough about Norse mythology or how it works, but so there's different clans, right? And they all fight against each other. The man she's forced to marry is trying to build kind of like a cadre of people who are all God blessed to like win against all these clans. So he tasks his son, who has like fire as his thing, to protect her, who they end up finding out she can like protect people. She's a shield maiden. So the god Elin, I think, or Halen, will protect her. So basically it's them like protecting her and trying to keep her as like the sacred person. And obviously she falls in love with the son. And I just really liked it. Like, this book goes all over. There's a lot of traveling. There's a really cool like zombie scene and under a mountain from like Lord of the Rings-esque. I don't know, it was so fun to read. So this was really, really fun. Probably one of my more favorite fantasies I read this year. But it was just a blast. So I think I gave it 4 stars. I cannot wait for the next one to come out. I will not get approved for it on NetGalley. I'm almost sure of that, but I would love to. So, okay. It was like definitely hyped. I think as far as like, I made this extensive TBR, and like right now I am reading God of the Woods on my Kindle. I don't think I'll get to it because I have a book club book I really need to get to that's going to take a lot of like brain power, but I am listening to How to End a Love Story on audio. So maybe that will be like my last one for this video, and then we'll call it a day. I did just really enjoy this one though, so that's cool. Okay. All right. Hey everybody. Okay. So I just finished How to End a Love Story by Yulin Wang, I believe, and I really liked it. I am like basically finding my micro genre is romance with a heavy side of grief. So this one has it in spades. It's about a screenwriter and a young adult novelist. They are working on a movie together based off her book, but they have a tie in the past. So her sister died back in high school, and Grant, the male main character, might have had something to do with it. And so you watch these two people navigate this really traumatic event as they're working through this book becoming a TV show, and it's really great. I really liked it. I think it deserves the hype. It was a book of the month book, but it wasn't a book of the month book that I picked. I listened to it on audio because it's dual narration, and the audio is like chef's kiss, so good. So I get why this was on the Goodreads Choice Awards. It was like totally worth the hype for me. One of the few diverse romances on that list, I believe. Which, okay, Goodreads, but all in all, it was a delight. Totally loved it. So I got my final Goodreads book done for this vlog, so that's pretty fun.